September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, and given the tough year that we have had, mental health is a big issue that many U.S. veterans are grappling with right now.
Yeah, but there are so many ways that both experts and ourselves can help each other, help ourselves, and help a vet in need during trying times. Joining us live to help us share some insight and to shine a light on this dark topic is Dr. Alan Teo. He's a professor of psychiatry at OHSU. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Morning. Thanks for having me.
I think, as we look at this Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, it is a tough topic for a lot of people to talk about, but it's sometimes those conversations that can have the greatest impact. I mean, what are we seeing right now with suicide among our veterans?
Yeah, I think you're right, Emily. It's tough, but it's really important. We have a lot of work to be done. It's still a challenge, a crisis in terms of veterans having, many suicides in that population. But there is good news. I think it's good news, in fact, that's come out just this past month where a report has been released. And that report has looked at suicide trends, and it's shown in 2019, 2018, these are the last years that we have data available. Suicide rates have gone down in veterans. So this is the first sort of bit of good news in a long time in terms of suicide rates going down among our veterans in the U.S.
Yes, that is good news. What are some of the causes for the veterans feeling this way to the point where they would want to commit suicide?
Yeah, suicide is really a challenging issue because there are so many causes. So some of it is healthcare issues. You alluded, to people having mental health diagnoses, for instance, depression. But at the same time, we also know a lot of social factors come into play. If you are struggling with paying your bills or having an incredible amount of stress at work, all of these things factor in too. So it's never as simple really as one cause. And it's also why we need a lot of different experts helping out in the community, in academia like myself, in just all over. We need the support of many people.
Yeah, I think we're living in a time when fewer Americans than ever before have a personal connection to the U.S. military. So few people these days know someone who served in a way that previous generations did. I would imagine that leads to some of those feelings of isolation too, and that feeling that it's hard to reach out for help and to find that connection.
Yeah, it is hard, but at the same time, we know that when people do reach out, they're often met with support. So it's sort of taking that first step. I've done some research, for instance, where we've talked with veterans, we've reached veterans through social media, through Facebook, and then we've had interviews with them, and they often will say that I am right there, I am ready to help out another veteran. They talk about how if they see a post online, what they would call a concerning post, that they're often ready to reach out. They need help. They need sometimes training in how to do that. But there's really an eagerness and motivation to help each other out. So I'm encouraged by that.
Can social media be both a positive and a negative relative to feelings of suicide?
Yeah, I think it can be. It can go both ways, and so really we want to try and harness the strengths and minimize those dangers where we can.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, so you mentioned, there are people out there who do want to help and maybe sometimes don't feel that they know exactly how to go about doing that. So let's talk about some suicide prevention strategies this morning. What do you want people watching today to know, to take away, to potentially help someone in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the great tips that I find helpful is getting training in suicide prevention skills. We think about how we learn CPR, for instance, if someone was having, a cardiac crisis. There is essentially mental health skills, sort of this mental health equivalent of CPR, which is called gatekeeper training. And I'm doing some research right now where we're looking at a training designed for veterans specifically called SAVE, S-A-V, SAVE. So if someone Googled or looked up SAVE training, that would be one great resource.
If I'm a person and I notice a veteran, in my family or who's a friend who's struggling, what can I do? What can I do to help out?
Yeah, so listening. I mean, the first step is really just listening, having that empathetic ear, and then guiding them in the way of saying, hey, if you are worried about this, let's get you connected to care. It doesn't have to be the VA if you're a veteran, just some sort of formal care professional. So it's really listening and then encouraging and supporting them to get into some sort of care again if there is a crisis going on.
Thank you very much. Dr. Alan Teo with OHSU. We appreciate all you said this morning. It's really important that we are aware that veterans are in this situation, and any way we can help out, we should do it. So thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for getting the word out.
Yeah, and if you or somebody you know needs help, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline Network has a 24/7 crisis hotline. That number is 1-800-273-TALK. 1-800-273-8255. You can also text the word TALK to 741-741. And we have more resources on KOIN.com. For anyone out there who's struggling, reach out. There is help available.
YouTube is now doing more to block anti-vaccination